Oh my God. 15 points per game, 22.5 rebounds per game. Oh, was this before like dunking was popular? Like, did they just not dunk? Jumped from the half circle. This could have been a cockback dunk. If this was LeBron or MJ, you already know this would have been a slam dunk. But I don't know if the errors were different. I don't know if dunking was illegal or something like that, or nobody had dunked prior to this. But Bill Russell could have been slamming shit down. I'm just saying. A one-handed free throw shot. What? Was that popular? 57, 59. So, all right, let's count it up at home. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm not tripping. 7 championships in a row. Mind-boggling. Mind-boggling. You can't even wrap your head around that. You can't even imagine that. You'd be sick of the NBA if that was the case today. You'd be sick of it. If we saw LeBron win 7 in a row, I would turn the television off and never watch the NBA. Back in this day, I'm sure people were having a grand old time being a Celtics fan. I would too. I would love to be a Celtics fan back in this era. But goddamn, 7 in a row? And this is back when you didn't trade, you didn't request trades, you didn't ask to leave a team. He was on the same team winning. Absolutely unreal.
Back in the 60s, if you went to a barber shop or any place where fans gathered, they always debated one question. Who was better, Bill Russell or Wilt Chamberlain? Now, as a fan, I've been contemplating that argument my entire life. There's no way to decide because they were both such great players, and we're honored to have them with us today, Bill Russell and Wilt Chamberlain.
You didn't say that. You distinctly said that you thought that I had the edge. Distinctly said that.
I don't remember saying that.
Oh, okay, all right.
But now listen, when I watched you guys play, it was always built up like you guys were such bitter rivals, not only on the court, but off the court too. But then I read somewhere that every time you played against each other, you would pick one another up from the airport.
Yeah. Well, you know, for some odd reason, it always seems vogue to have, you know, so the adversaries not liking each other.
I mean, they played. Well, Wilt played for the Warriors and the Lakers. So like on the West Coast, and Bill Russell was on the East Coast, obviously. So I can understand why there'd be some. Obviously, it's not like the media today, where, I mean, to be honest with you, hearing this now, it seems very similar to what the NBA media is today. Always trying to divide players, always trying to come up with narratives and stories. But rest assured, I'm here to set it straight. But let's keep watching.
People think that for a while we didn't really like each other. We didn't just, and they always chose to believe that you cannot be as good as we both were, apparently, doing our thing, and really like each other. I had to be envious of him.
Hold up.
The only thing I was envious of him was the fact was that people would, from time to time, call me a loser. Well, you know, if I'm a loser, then damn near everybody else who was playing was
Seeing that they won all the time.
They won all the time. You know?
They
So
want to
why
make
not
it
just say
personal.
you got the losing is basketball players in the world, and then you got one team that wins it all. So I mean, I was in great company as a loser.
What was the toughest thing for you playing against Wilt?
You could not. I could never play him the same way 2 games in a row because it would not work. And so.
He's only got 2 rings in this interview right now. I'm sure he's not a flexor. That's probably why.
So the whole time we played against each other, every game was different.
One of the points that Bill makes is that you played against each other so many times.
That's very, very correct. We got a chance to really vie against each other, you know. And my approach to, you know, the Bill Russell situation was a little different than his was to mine, is that I always looked at the fact that we were going against the best team in the world. And going to the Boston Gardens was like, you know, the amphitheaters of the Romans, where the Christians are thrown to the lions. That's what's going to happen to all of the other teams that went to the Boston Gardens, because they were so good, and he was so good that you wanted to be able to do good enough that at least you can come and say, well, at least I got 40. Well, at least I got 30. We only lost about 20, but at least I got 40.
At least I got 40. Oh my God. See, that's the time that Wilt Chamberlain's on. At least I got 40. 40 points is regular for this dude. That's crazy.
I kind of did my job, you know. So, you know, but I can remember when I used to shoot a hook shot on Bill right here, he would go, are you kidding me? Like I wasn't supposed to take a hook shot, you know, instead of help or whatever.
I'd take about 8 more of those, okay?
But the way that Wilt shot foul shots, maybe that's where you want to put him on the foul line.
No, it's not like as bad as people have you believe.
If you were playing today, how would you fare against today's centers?
That would be dishonest.
I would think that
that'd be a license to
you
steal.
see, I'm happy that I have a big mouth because I can say it's on my own, Bill. It wouldn't be a license to steal. You're right. I would love it. Oh, are you kidding me? I mean, it would be a joke.
But wait a minute. What about
Whoa.
against the...
Wait a minute. 1997. Wow. Wilt Chamberlain is fucking does not give a shit.
Elijah ones.
He's quicker than I am, but I believe I'm faster than he is. Or was at one time. I'm still pretty fast. no, but I just don't know of any center of today that really. The best centers I played against, starting right here, were all back in yesteryear. I mean, you want to talk about Nate Thurman, Willis Reed, you understand?
I really am interested. How would you play Shaquille O'Neal, a player like Shaquille O'Neal?
Yeah, I'm interested in that myself.
Well, first of all, if you want me to be serious for a minute.
Yes.
I would make him play horizontal as much as possible. Plus, I would make him have to run up and down the court all day.
If you were playing today, how many points would you average, you think?
In what, today, right now?
No, not right now. I mean,
because I could get maybe 30 right now, big fella. I'm trying to tell you.
Yo, this guy Wilt, oh my God. I want to watch more Wilt Chamberlain interviews because this guy really, I don't even know, when he passed away or things like that, but yeah, this guy, I love hearing Wilt talk.
At 60.
But at 30,
I call him
at 60 I could get 30, but
Mm-hmm.
at 30, I could probably average 60 or 70.
In 1990s, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, I know you're not supposed to compare eras and stuff like that. Based on the confidence Wilt has in his game, I'm sure Michael Jordan would say the same thing. I'm sure he would say, oh, I would probably have like 20 points at age 60. But at age, that's the thing about NBA players, I feel like. I feel like Bill Russell believes he could probably average 20 rebounds. I bet that Wilt definitely believes he could average 60 or 40, but God, it would be just crazy. Imagine seeing these guys face Shaq. Let's be honest right now. Is Shaq running through Bill Russell? Is Shaq running through Wilt? I don't know. I mean, he ran through damn near everyone else in the NBA. So, yeah, these two are easily the best big man of all time. Up there. But, God, that would be a great game to watch.
Put together me your top 5 players, excluding yourself and excluding Bill.
Yeah, well, okay, Larry Bird and, let's see, Larry Bird, and I got to go with Jerry, Oscar, and Elgin. And,
he said, I don't know what order he's talking about, but he said Larry Bird, Jerry West, Elgin Baylor. Who else did he say?
Go with Jerry, Oscar, and
Oscar Robertson, okay.
Elgin, and probably Jordan or Magic. 6. You got to give me 6.
All right.
And yours, Bill?
Well, now you said
Can I have 7 and put Sir Charles in there?
Really? Charles
Barkley.
No, you get 6.
Okay, I'll
if he's
take
your
6.
favorite, he has to replace somebody.
Okay, I have to make him replace somebody.
Okay, you 6 players?
I'll give you 6 players, yeah.
And I can't name him?
No.
Magic and Michael.
Mm-hmm.
Larry.
Wow.
Baylor. Oscar. And probably either Elijah Warren or Pettit.
None of them said Kareem. It's a bit interesting for me. I mean, none of them said Kareem.
I mean, listen, I know that basketball is a team game. Right. And you've already made Michael number 1. Mm-hmm. But if you had to have Wilt against Michael, my prime and his prime, how much money would you be willing to bet? Wow.
We're at the NBA's all-time team celebration, Cleveland, 1997. And over in the corner is Wilt and Michael Jordan. And they're sitting at a table arguing vociferously as to who the greatest player of all time is. And they're back and forth. And just intense as can be. And so now David Stern comes into the room. And says, okay, guys, time to go. And Michael and Wilt are still going at it at this table over here. And so David finally says, come on, Wilt, Michael, we got to get going. And so they stand up. And Wilt, who always has the last word in everything, Wilt looked down at Michael and said, Michael, just remember, when you played, they changed all the rules to make it easier for you to dominate. When I played, they changed all the rules to make it harder for me.
Wow. Okay, that's some GOAT talk right there. I don't really know. I gotta ask my dad about this. He's more of a Michael Jordan connoisseur than I am. But let's be honest. 7'1" Wilt Chamberlain. We just saw the stats. We just saw his prowess. It's not close. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, MJ. Yeah, you can be the GOAT. Okay, but it's just not close, buddy. It's just not. It's not gonna be close. You're going to get bodied. You're probably going to get posted up every single time. It's not fair. It's the same thing as saying, oh, who would win, in a 1v1, Shaq or Curry or like some dumb shit like that. If Shaq gets the ball, he's not missing. He's not getting bullied by Curry. And yeah, you could say, oh, Curry has the ball. Shaq's not defending him. Curry misses one shot, he's over with. He's over with. And the same thing with this. MJ misses one shot, Wilt is bodying him up, most likely.
And there was no retort, no comeback. Wilt Chamberlain, oh my gosh.
I wonder if you care about being called the greatest basketball player ever. Does that matter? Do you want that?
I don't want it in a sense because I think it disrespects Wilt Chamberlain, Jerry West, all the guys that prior to me I never had a chance to play against. When I hear it, I cringe a little bit because it's a little bit embarrassing because no one knows. I never had the chance once again to play against those guys. I would love to have played against them, but I never did. And for you to say that I'm better than him, I mean, it's your opinion. It's their opinion. I accept that as their opinion. If you ask me, I would never say that I'm the greatest player. And that's because I never played against all the people that represented the league prior to Michael Jordan.
The greatest player of modern times is largely considered to be Michael Jordan. Have you had any interaction with him?
Yes, I think he's a great player, and I have the ultimate regard for him. He says to me one time, we were out in the middle of the golf course, he says, they just won a championship, okay? He says, we're gonna go up to your record. I said, which one? I said, well, we won 11. But we won 8 straight.
8 straight, wow.
I don't think you'll live long enough to get either one of those. He says, but it was easy to win championships when you played. And so I said, well, think about it this way. When I was a rookie, there were 80 jobs in professional basketball. So a lot of good players didn't make that. I said, if there were only 12 teams, you couldn't have won that championship. He said, why? I said, because Paxson, he hit his open shot. Won the game. Well, if there were 12 teams in the league, he couldn't have made that shot. He said, why not? I said, because he'd been up in the stands.
Wow. Wow. That's actual disrespect.
And there's not a knock on him. That's to talk about the quality of the NBA.
I picked him as the #1 center of all time because he was a complete basketball player.
Over you?
Well, yeah, I'm gonna pick him over me right now. Yeah, because he also helped his team to win a lot more than maybe I could have helped my team to win. Sometimes the mere power of you makes you more individualistic. I have said this before, Wilt Chamberlain and the Boston Celtics might not have been the same. Because I would have taken away from Bob Cousy, from Tom Heinsohn, because I was a scorer too. And then all of a sudden now they had to pass the ball to me and they would take something away from them. So, sometimes less is better. So that's how I view it. But I'm talking about the fact that the man could score. He averaged 17 points a game, which is only about 7 points less than Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. He was the supreme rebounder. He got the ball for his team, which made it happen. He's high in assists, and we all know how he played defense. You can't ask for any more for that position. So he's my choice.